pagpapatalsik kay Vice President Sara Duterte sa National Security Council, inalmahan ni Salvador Panelo. Bumanat na naman po itong dating Chief Presidential Legal Counsel ni ex-President Rodrigo Duterte at ang kanyang statement, the removal of VP Sara as member of the National Security Council is an ill-advised presidential move. It smacks of dirty politics, another brazen measure to diminish the political star power of VP Sara. Makapagsalita itong si Panelo talaga, no? Dirty politics daw. And another brazen measure to diminish the political star power. Siguro kung nung nasa unit team pa si Sara Duterte, talaga pong malakas ang kanyang political star power. Pero matapos pong mahukay ng Quadcom ang mga anomalya sa panahon ni VP Sara bilang Secretary ng Department of Education at sa mga anomalyang na nadiskubre din ng Quadcom sa OVP. Anong political star power pa itong sinasabi ni Panelo? Sabi nga ni Yayam Dizon, what star power? What diminished? Her trust and satisfaction ratings have been going down for the past 2 years simply because Filipinos are learning from their mistake of electing a VP with an allegedly unstable and criminal mind. Balita kasi sa Filipino Star ngayon, pagsipa kay VP Sara sa NSC, maling hakbang ayon kay Panelo. Pinuna ni dating Chief Presidential Legal Counsel Salvador Panelo ang desisyon ni Pangulong Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. na alisin si Vice Presidente Sara Duterte sa National Security Council. Sa isang pahayag, sinabi ni Panelo na nagsilbing tagapagsalita ng palasyo noong administrasyon ni Duterte na ang pagtanggal kay VP Sara bilang miyembro ng ASC ay hindi magandang hakbang. Dahil matatandaan po natin na naglabas si President Bongbong Marcos ng Executive Order No. 81 kung saan nireorganisa ni President Bongbong Marcos ang NSC, kung saan inalis ang Vice Presidente at ang mga dating presidente sa komposisyon nito. Sa tingin ni Panelo, mayroong halong politika ang hakbang para pababain ang politikal na impluensya ni VP Sara. Pero kung matatandaan po natin, nung panahon ni ex-President Rodrigo Duterte, ginawa din po ni ex-President Duterte yan kay dating Vice President Leni Robredo. Sabi po sa isang post na nabasa ko, sa mga kritiko ng Administrasyong Marcos, tila naging issue ang desisyon ni Pangulong Ferdinand Marcos Jr. na alisin si Vice President Sara Duterte mula sa National Security Council. Pero ang tanong ay bakit ngayon lang ito tinatawag na dirty politics? Hindi ba't nangyari rin ito sa panahon ng nakaraang administrasyon? Ayon po kay dating House Deputy Speaker Erin Tanyada, si dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte rin ang nagpatupad ng parehong hakbang laban kay Vice President Leni Robredo. Hindi pinayagan si Robredo na dumalo sa mga NSC meetings at sinabi pa ni Tanyada na ito ay isang presidential prerogative, isang desisyon na karapatan ng Pangulo anuman ang administrasyon. Sa panahon ni Duterte, hindi naman tinanggal si Robredo mula sa NSC. Ngunit, mahigpit na ipinag-utos sa kanya na huwag dumalo sa mga cabinet meetings. Kaya ayon kay Tanyada, bakit ang hakbang ni Pangulong Marcos ay itinuturing na dirty politics ngayon, samantalang pareho lang naman ito sa ginawa ni Duterte? Ito naman ang sinabi ni Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin. Walang moral authority si dating tagapagsalita ni dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte na si Atty. Salvador Panelo upang questionin ang desisyon ni Pangulong Ferdinand Marcos na muling ayusin ang National Security Council. Ayon kay Bersamin, may nabasa siyang pahayag na nagpapaalala sa kanya na noong panahon ni Panelo bilang presidential advisor, sinuportahan din nito ang pagsasama ni dating Vice Presidente Leni Robredo sa mga pagpupulong na may kinalaman sa seguridad ng bansa. Pero totoo nga ba na hindi isinama si dating Vice President Leni Robredo sa mga cabinet meetings noong panahon ni Duterte? Sabi po sa isang balita ng ABS-CBN na inilabas nila noong December 4, 2016, why Robredo was told not to attend cabinet meetings. Cabinet Secretary Leoncio Evasco Jr. confirmed that President Rodrigo Duterte ordered Vice President Leni Robredo to desist from attending cabinet meetings due to irreconcilable differences. Utos yan ni Pangulong Duterte, and the reason is there are irreconcilable differences between VP Robredo and the administration. Robredo announced that she will tender her resignation as Housing Secretary, noting major differences in principles and values. Sabi ni Leni Robredo, she received a text message from Evasco relaying the President's instruction through his executive assistant Bongo for her to desist from attending all cabinet meetings. Sabi ni Evasco, if officials cannot jibe with Duterte, then they better resign. If they cannot just jibe with what the President is doing, they cannot support what the President is doing, then they have to resign. O hindi ba, dapat ganyan din ang sabihin kay Sara Duterte. If you cannot jibe with what President Bongbong Marcos is doing, they cannot support what the President is doing, then she has to resign. O, nung panahon ni Duterte, ginawa nila yan kay Leni Robredo. Hindi siya pina-attend sa lahat ng cabinet meetings. Bakit? Due to irreconcilable differences. So, ano ang kaibahan niyan ngayon sa panahon ni President Bongbong Marcos? Ginawa nyo kay Leni Robredo, pero ngayon ginawa ni President Bongbong Marcos kay Sara Duterte na alisin sa NSC. Nagpupuputak kayo? Sasabihin ni Panelo, dirty politics? Yan kasi ang sinasabi ko. Kapag sila ang gumawa, okay lang. Pero kapag ginawa sa kanila, pumuputak na sila. Sabi tuloy ng isang analyst, deja vu. Rodi Duterte also removed Leni Robredo from NSC. Political analyst Edmond Tayaw said the removal of Vice President Sara Duterte from the National Security Council is a deja vu of what happened to then Vice President Leni Robredo during the tenure of President Rodrigo Duterte. Sa isang panayam sa programang Agenda, sinabi ni Tayaw that reorganizing the NSC is nothing new. Actually, ang isasagot ko lang doon sa sinabi ni Attorney Panelo ay deja vu. Kung natatandaan natin, noong panahon ng dating Pangulong Duterte, tinanggal din naman ang Vice Presidente Leni Robredo kasi national security nga yan eh. Kung sa tingin ng mga opisyal ay hindi makakadagdag o hindi kailangan o meron pang ibang considerations or reasons kung bakit hindi isasama sa National Security Council, ay talagang discretionary yan ng Pangulo. Because at the end of the day, when we speak of national security, that is plain and mainly an executive function which is obviously nasa presidente. Okay, so sasabihin ng iba, hindi naman tinanggal si Leni Robredo sa NSC. Pero sabi nga ni Tayaw, there is 1,000 ways of skinning a cat. Hindi nga inalis si Robredo sa NSC, pero inutusan siya na wag nang a-attend sa lahat ng cabinet meetings ni then President Rodrigo Duterte. So, kung iisipin natin mabuti, si Sara Duterte inalis sa NSC. Si Leni Robredo was forbidden to attend all cabinet meetings ni Duterte. So, may pagkakaiba ba? Sabi naman ng columnist sa News 5 na si Manny Mogato, removing VP Sara Duterte and her father from the National Security Council was very logical after the Vice President had threatened to kill the president, the first lady, and the president's first cousin, who is also the Speaker of the House of Representatives, the fourth highest public official. Marcos felt unsafe to let the Dutertes sit in a meeting to discuss national security issues, including potential threats to his safety and life. It is not only President Bongbong Marcos who feels unsafe having an elected official with erratic behavior nearby. It is about the safety of everyone, from government officials to ordinary citizens. We are not just dealing with one unstable individual. We are facing an entire security contingent with questionable cult-like loyalty. Imagine hundreds of them moving and surrounding the president whenever she's nearby or even in the same room. The risk isn't just the person, it is the army of enablers that comes with her. If we don't feel safe, why would anyone? Especially after this official publicly admitted to hiring extrajudicial experts to diminish the existence of 3 Filipino people. This isn't just logical. It is common sense. Kayo nga, would you invite someone into your home who has admitted to contracting EJK experts, fantasized about cutting one's head, demonstrated zero self-control, capable of snapping at any moment, proven to be a danger to themselves and everyone around them? So why should anyone, especially the president, feel safe? This is more than a leadership issue. It is a wake-up call for the Filipino people. We must put an end to electing individuals who have no respect for human life, the life of every Filipino. If this person can threaten the President of the Republic, what assurance do ordinary Filipinos have? People without political power, security, or influence are even more vulnerable. Sa Tagalog, kung nagawa niya ito sa Pangulo ng Pilipinas, ano pang laban ng isang karaniwang Pilipino, yung hindi mayaman, walang koneksyon, at walang seguridad? Think about it. Kanino ka papanig? Papanig tayo kay PBBM at sa tama. So sa tingin ninyo, karma ba itong nangyari kay Vice President Sara Duterte? Dahil ginawa ng kanyang amang si ex-President Duterte kay then Vice President Leni Robredo, ngayon nangyari kay Sara Duterte. So, this is a classic example of what goes around comes around. In short, karma. Kayo po, ano ang masasabi ninyo? Comment lang po down below at magbabalik ang usapang Tito Man. Diyos ti Admina.